Hello, and welcome to the Rankin Report for Sunday, July 9th, 2023. From the 43rd Psalm, verse number 1. Vindicate me, O God, and plead my case against an ungodly nation. O deliver me from the deceitful and unjust man. And, though this is not scripture, from the Declaration of Independence of the United States, but when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, meaning the people, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Reading in the Founders Bible, which is the New American Standard Bible translation, I found an article about, about the Battle of Lexington and the shot heard around the world, the first battle of the American Revolution. The piece focuses on Jonas Clark, pastor of the church at Lexington, Massachusetts, many members of which were part of the Patriot Force that faced down 700 British soldiers in what became the Battle of Lexington in 1775. What is frequently remembered is Captain John Parker's command to his Patriot force: stand your ground, don't fire unless fired upon, but if they, the British, mean to have a war, let it begin here. What is not generally remembered is when Pastor Clark was asked if his men were ready, he replied that, quote, I have trained them 20 years for this hour, unquote. Pastor Clark had drafted instructions for resisting the hated Stamp Act of 1765 and organized Lexington's boycott of British goods in 1774. Some would say these were subversive measures on the pastor's part. But Clark also taught his parishioners the doctrine of interposition, the idea that the only lawful way to resist tyranny was under duly constituted authority, like the colonial legislatures and, later, the Continental Congress. This is why Parker's orders not to be the first to fire were critical. Under the just war doctrine, only a defensive war was one that God would honor. I think very few would deny that we are in a civil Cold War right now, and that believers and those who love their country are on the defensive. Pastors who realize this are already sounding the alarm and issuing an appeal to heaven, the motto on the Liberty Tree flag, which you see at the beginning of these posts, the first flag of the American Revolution. We are praying and working in the capacities God has given us to further the great awakening to this country and the world, but more can be done to follow the example of Pastor Clark. Churches and ministries can be clearinghouses of information for people trying to live in holiness in a system that now despises the same. We can show the truth on key concepts where others will not, to our congregants and to those we assist. We too can show people how to resist ungodly directives, especially those from agencies and other bodies that we have no say in. The people there are not elected, and they are not answerable to the public, except indirectly. We can also form networks with like-minded and like-hearted churches in other parts of our states and the nation to coordinate efforts and reach more people. And as I said last week, this is not just for Republicans. Democrats are now realizing what's going on, and they are speaking up now too. We must all come together in this. We have to stop thinking of political parties and start thinking as Americans. By doing what God has given us to do and letting Him do what only He can, I believe this Cold War can be kept from turning hot. Pray for the Great Awakening. No king but Jesus. Independence forever. That's the Rankin Report for Sunday, July 9th, 2023. Share the message if you like it. Put in a like if you wish. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.